You asked, so here I am again. I swear, you people just love hearing me suffer. Because, oh, sweet baby Jeebus, we're back at it again with this television program. Now that I'm all the way through episode 6 of All's Fair, I'm here to tell you, it's somehow gotten worse, and it refuses to let any other show take the mantle of worst of all time. I swear, every time one of these stupid harlots speaks, I want to go full heel mode.
You shut your mouth, fatty. The Rock will come out there and slap the herpes off your lips.
Devil-level characters who bring hell on earth to their male counterparts. Laughable acting that would make Gal Gadot look like she's about to win an Oscar.
Kalel, no!
And a script that is offensive to literally anyone watching. This show, this goddamn show, has somehow received the green light for a second season. Yes, it's somehow that popular. But I have a feeling it's in that Madam Web so bad it's good fashion. The cast of All's Fair is apparently reveling in it too, with Glenn Close aka Austin Powers making a critic's soup in her witch's cauldron on her Instagram. Mix in this so bad it's good crowd with people like me who hate watch it, and boom, you somehow get 2 seasons of the most heinous feminist propaganda this side of Hollywood, California. You know, there are some people who do like the show. My last video does have some downvotes, and I'm just curious what kind of person actually likes it. Seriously, the video has a 96.5% like to dislike ratio, but that means 230 people gave the video a thumbs down. Who are you people? Reveal yourselves in the comments. We'd all love to make your acquaintance in that morbid curiosity sort of way. Anyway, let's dive right into the episodes and start breaking down this cardboard box. Before we dive in, a quick word about the sponsor of this video, CyberGhost, and it's time-stamped for your convenience, but if you do watch the ad, you know I love you, baby. There are a lot of VPNs out there, but today's sponsor comes highly recommended. CyberGhost VPN. With CyberGhost VPN, all your traffic goes through a secure tunnel and your IP address is hidden and your data encrypted. And what do you use it for, you might be asking? Well, let me explain. There are all kinds of geo-blocked content on streaming networks, especially Netflix. For example, I'm a big WWE fan.
Let me talk to you.
And in America, we have to have 4 different streaming networks to watch all the content. But everywhere else in the world, they get it in one location. Well, with CyberGhost VPN, you can bypass all that crap and skip right to the good stuff all in one place. Besides that, there are also a ton of other movies and TV shows you can access that are outside of your region by using CyberGhost VPN, from Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Disney+. What's even more important than anything else, though, is that CyberGhost VPN protects against hackers and data brokers who want to sell your info online. CyberGhost's 38 million users have made it one of the most highly recommended VPNs on Trustpilot. Over 21,000 people have rated it with over 4 out of 5 stars. And one subscription can be used on up to 7 devices. With my link in the description, you can get CyberGhost VPN for just over $2 a month, which equates to over 80% off. And it comes with a 45-day money-back guarantee, so you've got nothing to lose. And thanks to CyberGhost VPN for sponsoring this video. And now back to it, baby. Episode 4! It's wine o'clock to start the show with our diverse female code cracker having dinner by herself. With some self-care, girl. When her sons come in to crash the party. She's an absolute bitch to all of them, as usual, and I just want to point out that there's no way she'd have sons this nice if she was this level of cunt. This woman fucking embodies toxic masculinity. The next day, she's having lunch, because all this woman does is eat, with the sisterhood, and they encourage her to get on a dating app instead of meeting someone in person, because that way she can screen for how successful they are. What the fuck? She says she'll go to a party of singles instead, to which they give a resounding yes, and they'll have plenty of time to get her ready. And yep, all she'll have to do is lose 50 pounds and she'll be ready to go. They go shopping for her in a moment that's supposed to be sentimental, like a Hallmark moment, but it comes off hyper-materialistic and narcissistic because that's all Kim Kardashian is. Buying a $50,000 necklace is a normal person's equivalent to a fucking hug. Once she's ready, her sons start singing, "Mama gonna get it on." What the actual hell? Who does this? That's your mother! Anyway, at the party, she runs into a guy who gives her a corny line, to which he says, sue me. And she says, be careful what you wish for. Yes, because I'm sure you'll actually get around to that after a couple years of courtship, you bitch. Anyway, the dude pulls a Bill Cosby and Fat Alberts her, dosing her drink and apparently graping her. She heads to the doctor and the results are inconclusive, so she starts crying and calls up the sisterhood to tell them going on a date with an ex-Tinder king wasn't the answer. Yes, they take an issue as serious as grape and turn it into a shitty metaphor over the jewelry she purchased, saying the gift Kim K bought her had been ruined. They certainly don't handle this topic with kid gloves. Instead, they handle it as gently as a chandelier meeting a swinging baseball bat. To distract herself, she gets to work with a new client. Huzzah! This client's a businesswoman, and her husband is going after half her business. So we're back to square one with this show, going from a serious topic handled as well as Rachel Zegler's Snow White PR to role reversal, where usually going after half a business in a divorce is a good thing because the woman's doing it. But now a man is, so it's the worst thing in the fucking universe.
But he's claiming that he should reap the benefits of my success because he helped me when I first went out on my own.
Oh, so you mean exactly what every woman in this fucking show does? This is a total role reversal at this point. Her ex was desperate to have kids and goes through all the cliches. She's hyper successful and is all about business, baby. AKA she's acting like a toxic man and he wanted children more than anything.
I don't think I should be punished for having chosen to do something that was right for me rather than pleasing a man.
This whole thing is supposed to make us empathize with Kim about her injecting the embryos into herself after illegally and fraudulently forging someone else's fucking signature to get it done.
You were and are entitled to do with your body whatever you choose.
Exactly. Except when it comes to IVF, right, Kim?
Fuck you!
Men get no reproductive rights whatsoever as it fucking stands. If a woman gets pregnant, the man gets absolutely no say whatsoever anyway. It's her body, her choice. In Kim Kardashian's character's case, she got herself pregnant with her and her ex's frozen embryos after he requested a divorce, meaning it was completely unbeknownst to him and against his will. She did it by forging his signature, for fuck's sake. Awful fucking people. To top things off, this new client of theirs was actually pregnant with her ex-husband's child and aborted it without fucking telling him. And they completely disregard that under it was her right. Literally, fuck you and whoever wrote this script. Fuck you right to hell. Carr, the awesome character that I heart sincerely, says it's about time for the recognition of men's suffering to be observed. Because women, she says, as if it's a fucking epiphany for all, women can be abusive too. This strikes a nerve with diverse code cracker, who goes on a rant about how women don't choose to be abused and taken advantage of. As if men fucking do, you hippo-wasted shithead. Diverse code cracker freaks out because she's been victimized and it's so over the top that her graper sends a picture to her of her tied up just to fuck with her. I shit you not. She gets the sisterhood together again to try and find him, and look what these fucking people are wearing. Are they lawyers or pimps? What is going on here? They come up with a big idea regarding what's happening. The guy who did this to diverse lady is just slowly trying to get to Glenn Close. Not in the I wanna fuck kind of way, but because she apparently sued his father, leading to his father's self-deletion. This is so fucking over the top and far-fetched. Like, seriously. You know what? Fuck it. I'm all in on hate watching this show. Let's roll. Next up, she has dinner with her son so she can trauma dump on all of them. What does this do, burdening your teenage sons? Guess that's what a spouse would be able to help you with. Guess men do have a use, huh? Instead of using your children as surrogate partners, eh? Anyway, next up, it turns out the new client whose baby crazy husband was suing her has decided to withdraw his case because he knocked up his new girlfriend and is happy as can be. This emotionally disturbs the toxically masculine businesswoman. Let me get this straight. You refused to have a baby, got pregnant with a baby, aborted the baby, didn't tell your husband about it, and now that you're divorced and he's happy that he has a baby with his new girlfriend, you're upset. Oh, JK, she's actually relieved so she can let go of all the guilt. Yes, you shouldn't feel guilty for hiding your abortion from your husband, you stupid fucking hag. This makes Kim feel happy that she's pregnant. Let me remind you again, against her now ex-husband's will. Anyway, next up, the sisterhood gets together again, and Glenn Close's character laments having to take care of her dying husband like a total bitch.
Someone's got to be there to massage Doug's calves and
work the damn remote.
A detective that diverse code cracker knows shows up to inform them that the guy who roofied her is dead. He's self-deleted, but they aren't ruling out homicide. In my opinion, one of her sons did it. Turns out that's what happens when you preach misandry, that men ain't nothing but trouble and are a toxic mother yourself. The sisterhood steps up and tells them that they're her attorneys and tell him where to go, legally speaking.
At the moment, we are acting in dual capacities as both her friends and legal counsel. We respectfully request that no further statements are taken or questions answered until a conclusive finding is reached.
You're a fucking divorce lawyer, you idiot. You know fuck all about homicide cases, you turd biscuit. Shut up. Diverse lady then blames Glenn Close, aka Austin Powers, for bringing this into my life, into my children's lives. Bitch, you literally did all that on your own, you responsibility tossing retard. Her sons say they didn't do it, but we'll find out next week probably, eh? And that's it. That's the end of the fucking episode. Episode 5! The one character I like, Carr, is driving her daughter to school and pleading with her to invite anyone under the age of 65 to her birthday party. The daughter is choosing her nanny, her violin teacher, but no one from her class, which speaks a lot more to the way her mother's raising her than anything else. Then the show paints a clear picture that Carr is a single mom. God damn it. Just when I thought the show had a likable character, they had to go and do this. We then flip to the sisterhood and they're interviewing their next big client, a woman whose husband is dying, so she wants to fucking divorce him and alter the prenup, because of course she does. What a hero she is. We should feel bad for her because she softly states, "But I still love him." Oh, you poor thing, you piece of shit. He was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, so naturally this means she wants to take advantage of that and divorce him and alter her prenup. What an honorable person she is to abandon her husband like that. She says things like, "Well, I always feel like I'm on call. Responsible." Let's see, because you fucking are, you dumb bitch. Just living off those vibes and emotions. In sickness and in health, unless, of course, you want to feel alive. What a fucking disgusting person. And the show's painting her as a victim, mind you. She gave 40 years to this marriage. Oh, you poor soul, because the husband didn't give anything in return, right?
How much of our business is busting these things up? The vast majority of these prenups are overreaching, and 9 times out of 10, hurtful to the woman.
First, go fuck yourself. I guess these women had zero autonomy when signing these prenups. They're just victims and were too stupid to understand what they were doing, right? These strong, independent women were simultaneously too dumb and were in over their heads. I wonder what kind of picture this show thinks it's painting of women. Back to Carr, she starts crying during arbitration, and the client is understandably upset about this, so Carr tells her to get fucked and quits. She's consoled by another lawyer who is also a single mother. This show is just fucking filled with this indulgent bullshit, and they bond over it all because of course they do. Naomi Slut winds up at a Michelin star restaurant for lunch with her cuck fiance because, again, of course she does. All these women care about is vanity, and what kind of fucking man ends up with a woman like this? Anyway, to send her fucking reeling, he presents her with a prenup, and at this point I burst out laughing because good, bitch. Next up, Carr is having wine with Kim's ex, her current client, and he seduces her. Like, are we actually supposed to believe this palm reader can just seduce any random woman in this show? Anyway, she like fucking sprays him sensually with water, and I don't know, I just can't with this shit. Ah yes, the only gaze that's culturally appropriate. The female one. After she gets good and drunk and leaves, she's immediately pulled over and tries to seduce the cop to get out of it. Unfortunately, she's like 1,000,000 years old, so it doesn't work out, and she gets brought to jail, where she immediately makes bail. Who helps her out but her new single mother friend? When she leaves the police station, she's suddenly sober again because this show is not only written like shit, but it's, well, yeah, it's, you know, it's written like shit. Anyway, her new friend wants to be her partner in this case against Kim Kardashian. What's this new partner's name? Who gives a fuck? Next, Ugly Girl calls up Kim's ex to tell him she's pregnant with a baby, she specifies, because he's such a meathead he might not understand, I guess. What the fuck?
Chase, I'm pregnant.
With a baby.
And he offers her everything. Emotional support, money, physical support, anything she needs for support, and she says no, specifically so she can run off and vilify the shit out of this guy. Why even bother calling him then, you fucking idiot? So desperate to be a victim. Here, look at this.
What do you need? Money? Because I got you, okay? Support, emotional, physical, spiritual.
This is my baby, okay? Mine. And I'm gonna do it my way.
What the actual fuck is wrong with these people, man? Anyway, back to the sisterhood's new piece of shit client who's leaving her Alzheimer's-stricken husband. The daughter calls her mother out for it, and she gives her a "how dare you point out the truth" kind of look.
Oh, I don't think my mother would agree with you on that. I mean, this is her ticket out. Right, Mom? Bethany.
There are some seriously horrible mothers in this episode. Holy shit. Anyway, the mom starts gaslighting the hell out of her daughter by telling her that she isn't going anywhere. Not from her, not from her father. Yet she said earlier in the episode that she wants to travel and see the world. Wow. She is manipulative as fuck. It's almost impressive. It's interesting to note that absolutely nothing ever gets solved by the rule of law in this show. Everything is always emotionally manipulated. And that's how these ladies, the sisterhood, get results. By just completely emotionally manipulating people into giving in. The horrible woman says that when she signed the prenup, they were committed to each other, so it never crossed their mind. And now, of course, that he's dying and actually needs her, she is no longer committed to him. What the fuck? Elsewhere, Car is trying to get her daughter into a new school, but she needs to write an essay about an influential person in her life that faced struggles. She quickly chooses Car herself because Car was apparently a cutter. Okay, so we're doing this now? Yes, apparently Car had trauma dumped onto her 12-year-old daughter about her unaliving attempts and cutting. You know, because these women don't have men in their lives, so they use their children as fucking surrogate partners and just feed all their emotional bullshit to their kids. This is also just a shitty writing device to fill in Car's background. It's so obvious that it's hyper obnoxious, beyond just making Car go from hilarious to unlikable in 0.2 seconds. We move back to Naomi Slut's character, who's talking about the prenup to her sexless cardigan-wearing pussy-ass fiance. Every male character is just one-dimensional, like they're either sexless wimps or sex-crazed morons. And wait, what the fuck is Kim wearing now? In a law office? What the hell? Like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to blur this out for YouTube.
Laura Grant?
Anyway, a detective shows up with a search warrant and wants all their shit in connection with the murder to the grapist from last episode. Kim idiotically talks to the detective alone because, again, this show's just written like dog feces, and Austin Powers walks in telling her that she needs counsel. Next up, Car visits her super gay father to her child. Apparently, it's a Will and Grace situation where she took her gay friend's sperm as a donor because there's not a single loving family in this fucking show, just a bunch of single women who take it upon themselves to be single mothers, even when the men in the show offer support in every way. Later that night, Austin Powers is taking care of her own dying husband, and it's the lone good scene in this entire show where he tells her that the doctor told him this was it. It's time to roll credits. The show is over for him. Glenn Close is a brilliant actress, or used to be until the show, and she brings the chops here. It's genuinely good. Yes, even in the worst show ever made, they produce something worthwhile, even if it's for only 15 seconds. But now we move on. Episode 6! We start with Car instructing Kim's ex on what to do during mediation, lacing a handkerchief with wasabi so that he'll cry. During the hearing, he texts Kim that she looks hot, which is surely the highest compliment she could ever get. I bet she feels seen. He tells her how much she meant to him, and that he won't regret their life together, ever. And it makes Kim almost emote if she can move her fucking face, but alas, she cannot. She grabs her stomach, and turns out it's her period, which means the embryos she implanted into herself in episode 3 didn't take. Oh no! We should feel horrible for her that the embryos she illegally had implanted without telling her ex that she was going to make him a father didn't work. During the prenup discussion, Kim discloses an asset she hadn't before, and this causes a huge stir because honestly, who fucking cares? This show moves a mile a second usually, but it's actually slowed down and has let this one scene last for over 20 minutes. And fuck does it drag. It's actually the entire episode. Now we're just bitching about the editing. This scene could have been a damn email, but it's the longest episode yet. It's basically shoddy two-dimensional character development for Kim's character Allura. Yes, Allura is her name if I haven't mentioned it yet. Showcasing how shallow and out of touch everyone is when they find out she had to go to a reform school in Vermont. Oh no, Kim, the horrors you had to face. You had to go to bed on time and garden or something. How awful. They finally bring up the embryos after a short recess, and Kim thinks she has a checkmate when she's like, haha, bitch, I already implanted them and they didn't take. Okay, well that means you fucking lose, you dumbass. But because the ex is a complete fucking cuck, he tells Kim that he's sorry for everything. Because he's such a bitch, Kim is super confident that she's going to win because he bent the knee and succumbed to her in a heartbeat. The writers make every man in the show a complacent little bitch. It's fucking maddening. It's all gonna come down to one thing, and that is character. Yes, and a woman who murdered her embryos and did so illegally behind her ex's back is 100% going to win a who has the better character competition. So basically, the guy completely won the case, but said, nah, I'd rather not. And then Kim goes for the fucking throat and exposes a gambling addiction he had where he threw a game on purpose as a football player. What the actual fuck? The writers think we're on Kim's side in the baby killing situation and be like, yeah, got him, when she exposes him for throwing a football game. Okay. Okay. Diversity Hire also says that she fights for women like Allura when it comes to being cheated on. Yet they nearly exclusively represent women who cheat on their husbands. And once again, instead of going by the law, everyone just starts blackmailing each other with embarrassing photos and videos of shit they've done. Like Carr tries to blackmail diverse hacker retard with the Botox lips with photos of her grape, and then diverse hacker retard with Botox lips blackmails Carr with a video of her being arrested while intoxicated. And Carr absolutely loses her fucking mind and starts saying some of the most disgusting shit you could ever imagine. And basically just, she just loses it. I can't even show you what she says because YouTube will completely strike me down for even a second of the foul shit that comes out of her mouth. And they just completely disregard how horrific what Kim did by illegally implanting those embryos into herself. Like, just completely gone, doesn't matter, bye-bye. The ex apparently doesn't deserve anything because they just forgot about the horrors Kim has amassed all on her own. Because this show is fucking ridiculous.
Okay, Pie. It's me, Kettle, the single mother of 3 boys.
You literally wanted the single mother status. You chose that. This self-proclaimed martyr should just admit it and be a self-proclaimed retard.
Still doesn't change or excuse what I did. If I could take it back, if I could rewrite history, I would.
Now, you think she'd be talking about illegally and immorally implanting those embryos, but nope. She's talking about not inviting Carr to the law firm when they left. What the fuck? Carr joins the sisterhood in the end, though, uniting against Carr's own client because he's a man, and they agree on how the divorce will play out because of course they do. The ex ends up cucking himself again when, after the settlement is decided, kisses Kim like a fucking moron. We then switch to Austin Powers, Glenn Close, who watches her husband die. You know, the one she cheated on because he was boring now that he was dying of cancer.
You know what they call you where I'm from? A dirty old bitch.
Anyway, that's it. That's the end of the fucking episode. This thing continues to showcase how it's the worst series in television history. Truly. Because you cynical bastards wanted more. There you go. And now that we're well over halfway through, there's no turning back now, you motherfuckers. Before we go, shout out to everyone who supports me over on Patreon, by the way. I really appreciate you guys. Catch me over there with the link in my description for even more reviews and breakdowns, and yes, even positive reviews that are exclusive to Patreon subscribers. Also get your name in a video. And you can follow me on my second channel, Cynic After Dark, where I do even more reviews and video essays just like this one. Links to everything in the description. This isn't the end, of course it's not. I have to see this through now. I'll catch you for the final video that'll wrap up this godforsaken series. Also, don't forget to click your link in the description to get your discount on CyberGhost VPN, so you can protect your data while you browse and get full access to all the blocked content from around the world for just $2.03 a month. Totally risk-free. Check it out in the description. GG's.